In the story of Dragon Ball, we followed Goku throughout most of his life. We saw as Bulma discovered him as a naive young boy living alone in the wilderness. We watched as Goku grew into an adult, and even became a husband and father. As Goku's age increased, so did the power of the enemies he faced, until eventually Goku was capable of defeating enemies who could destroy the entire universe itself. However, Dragon Ball has continued on for a while now, with Goku being in his current physical prime. The story follows him while he continues to reach new levels of power. However, the amount of development he has as a character has become less and less. This is especially the case given Dragon Ball Super's story being compressed into the 10-year time gap before the end of Dragon Ball Z. However, what if Dragon Ball were to go past the current time and have a lengthy time skip? What if we travel to a time where Goku is no longer at his highest peak of power, and is in fact old? Well, I think that this would be a fascinating arc. The story of Goku growing indefinitely stronger while facing even more powerful enemies has become rather stale at this point. Each new antagonist usually puts the prior antagonist to shame. They push Goku to his limits, and he pushes past them to grow stronger and oftentimes overcome the enemy. And even if Goku cannot win the current fight, come the next arc, the main antagonist typically becomes fodder to him, as we saw with Cell, Boo, and pretty much everyone except Beerus, who will always be stronger than Goku and Vegeta by some ludicrous amount until Toriyama says so. Or at least someone does in-universe. I mean, you'd think Goku would be by this point, but whatever. However, I think the idea of Goku being past his prime and fighting against his own body's deterioration would leave room for a lot of character growth. Imagine an arc, for instance, where a villain comes along who isn't as powerful as someone like Hit. However, he's stronger than Old Man Goku's current level of power. Prime Goku would wreck this guy for sure, but old Goku would be at a disadvantage. How would Goku overcome someone in that situation, where he can't simply push past his limits and overcome his physical limitations? Well, I think the answer to that is technique. An older Goku would likely take a similar path to Master Roshi, learning various new techniques which would allow him to overcome his opponent's superior strength. It's even possible that Roshi would still be alive by this point, so he could teach Goku some of his vast array of moves. That would also bring the entire franchise full circle, as Goku goes to train under a master, seeking to make his moveset more diverse and defeat opponents through skill rather than brute strength. There's a wide array of techniques and abilities in Dragon Ball that Goku doesn't know yet, so there's a lot of room to grow here. Furthermore, seeing as Goku faces off against opponents he knows would be weaker than his prime would be a nice, humbling experience. Perhaps Goku could take on a Master Roshi-type role of his own, and serve as a teacher to the next generation. If the half Saiyan offspring age at the same rate as Goku and Vegeta, then it's possible that Gohan, Goten, and Trunks would all still be in their primes. Perhaps even Pan and Bulla could be among this new generation of fighters. Goku taking an instructor role would be great character development, much like when old Bruce Wayne passed on his mantle to Terry McGinnis in Batman Beyond. However, there is also the possibility that this story turns dark, and much like the story Old Man Logan, Goku lives in a post-apocalyptic world where everyone he knows and loves are gone. Perhaps in this story, Goku failed to defeat the villain, maybe even due to his old age, and as a result he must live in the ruined world that the villain left behind. Maybe in this story, Goku would take on a role similar to Master Mutaito, where he seeks to develop an ultimate technique to defeat this currently unstoppable enemy. And of course, the Dragon Balls would likely be unusable in this situation, making it very similar to the future Trunks timeline. So whether it's a positive or negative story, I think that the story of Old Man Goku is ripe with possibility and would be the next great step in Goku's journey. We saw glimpses of Goku becoming a master at the end of Dragon Ball Z, however this would really push that concept to its limits and show Goku dealing with an entirely new set of problems. I feel that this would also help to make the character feel more fresh again, and change the stale formula which has needed revamping for some time now. So what do you guys think of Old Man Goku? Do you like the idea, and would you like to see that idea developed in future Dragon Ball stories? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you like this video and want to see more, then make sure to stick around, because there's a lot more to come in the future.
Yeah, and you better subscribe, enable those damn notifications.